Only 8:25 right now.
All right, so listen.
Yeah.
Before I was in radio, I was a fan of radio. I'm still a fan of radio. I listen to radio shows. Any two idiots talking anywhere, I'll listen. That includes podcasts, you know. I was a fan of yours growing up. I was a fan of the radio station. And I got massive amount of respect for the folks that have come before me here. Whether I like their style or not is a different question, you know. But some of the best minds in radio have come through this building, whether they got their start here or they came through here. And that isn't just the people on the air. That's the management people. That's the sales people. Really, they've shaped radio in America. And there are people all over the place. You know what they've done?
They've cut their teeth on this radio station. Mm-hmm. What really pisses me off sometimes is they don't, if you see a bio or you see some article that's been written about specific individuals, it's like they don't mention the station.
No, and its impact is everywhere in this country in radio. So we wanted to make a big splash with the first I-95 alumni interview, and I think we've done that. You know, the person that I'm most often asked about is this person. So we're going to talk to Omelette right now.
Good morning, KLT.
What's up?
Oh, man. Ethan and Lou.
All right. Hey, guys. What's happening in Danbury, Connecticut?
Just doing the show, man.
I love it. Good to hear from you guys.
Yeah, man. I've been wanting to say yeah, man to you for a while.
Yeah, man.
So first of all, for those who will remember, Omelette was part of the Ethan and Omelette morning show.
Right.
How many years ago? How long were you here? What was the years?
They're 2000 to 2004. So that's quite a good stretch to drive Ethan absolutely crazy.
And you did, and I appreciate that. I still get feedback from people about the lake being emptied for the mall. People still talk about that.
That was the big one.
The Candlewood Lake Mall, one of my favorites.
That was a great bit.
I took that idea where I said they were going to build a 10-mile-long mall
right.
on Candlewood Lake on stilts. And the boats had to be out of the water and no more Candlewood Lake, and people went crazy. I think the governor, I think it was Roland at the time, but it was like a cease and desist from the governor.
Yeah, people were crying on the phones.
If I remember correctly, was there no resolution on that? Isn't that what pushed people over the edge?
There was no resolution.
No, we just let it go. And
this is his partner, Rick, and he did the same thing here when he arrived here, but they took it a step further and went down to the gigantic open space on Lake Michigan on the West Bay and organized a protest, and hundreds of people came. But one guy got fired because he was so upset he went and protested.
Yeah, we organized the bit and the protest.
That is awesome.
We got calls from every business on the lake.
Really?
Yeah. Crying and begging.
I'm glad it didn't ruin the relationship with the marina that we used to take the I-95 party barge out on Candlewood Lake.
Yeah.
And it was one of the greatest radio perks ever was having access to a pontoon boat, and I didn't have to pay for the gas. I didn't have any money for gas anyway, but
right.
I didn't get rich at I-95 certainly, but we had a lot.
I was college. Are you there, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was an intern when Omelette was your morning show partner.
Yes, I
know. And I went by College Boy, a nickname that Omelette gave me.
Yeah.
And one night I get a phone call from him, and he goes, "Listen, man, I want you to dress up like Osama bin Laden, and we're going to shoot you with paintballs." I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be Osama bin Laden. It's a little too soon right now for the Osama thing. You remember that?
Right. I remember we were live on the air, Ethan and I, when it was, and Rob Smith was on news, and 9/11 happened, and, that was, it's close. New York, Danbury is close to New York, in case you guys didn't know.
We had this intern that looked just like Osama bin Laden, so after they killed Osama bin Laden, Omelette goes, "Hey, you're going to just dress up like him because you look just like him, and hold a sign and go out and walk through town and say, 'I'm back.'"
Oh man.
That's funny. Do you remember the other killer thing that you did was the Adam Sandler thing? So when Mr. Deeds was filming in New Milford, Ethan and Omelette set up in a coffee shop on Bank Street, and they knew that Sandler was a big classic rock fan, so they kept, saying on the air, "We're staying here until he comes by," and he came by.
That's right. It's awesome.
It were going to stay at that coffee shop until he came, and we were ready to spend days there. We were just going to keep broadcasting live because they were right down the street, and the coffee shop was open. And it only took like an hour and a half. He was listening, and he came in, and he's like, no, you got the synopsis of the movie all wrong. He was really listening to I-95 while he was there.
You were ready to spend all day there. I was not.
And then he said he was watching the NBA playoffs were at the time, and I said, where are you watching the playoffs? Because I know he's a big basketball fan. He goes, at the Outback Steakhouse. So he said, Outback Danbury. Can you imagine getting a bloomin' onion, and there's Adam freaking Sandler?
Wow.
So, Omelette, just tell us before we wrap up here, because listeners are always asking what you're up to these days. Tell us where you're located, what your show is, and tell us a little bit about Rick.
Rick Coates is my partner. He's been with me the whole time since I've been here. 16 years.
Whoa!
2016, and I work at a great company. It's a small mom and pop. They're awesome owners.
There's a $100,000 reward if you can figure a way to get him out of town.
That's funny.
We broadcast to more deer than anybody in the whole United States. We're proud of that. And no, it's great. I mean, they let us do whatever we want. We're having tons of fun. I mean, there's really no controversy there. I wish there was. Rick, he doesn't listen to anything I say. Like, I used to drive Ethan crazy, but Rick doesn't even listen to me, so it doesn't affect him.
Well, we appreciate you doing this because we wanted to kick off this I-95 Alumni series, and I said, listen, we want to make a splash with the first one, so we knew who to call right away.
That's awesome. Thanks, Lou, and good to talk to you, Ethan. I really enjoyed my years there. I'm sorry for driving you so crazy.
That's okay. I got over it. I was in therapy for a couple of years, but I got over it. Okay,
right,
old man.
Call anytime. Stay in touch.
All right. Take care, Rick.
I'll stop in this summer when I go see my parents. They live in Prospector.
We'll be here.
All right. See ya.
Maybe.
Thanks, brother.
Bye-bye.
There you go. Cool, huh?
There you go. People often will ask me.
Yeah.
What happened with Omelette? Is he still in radio? He is, very successfully, as a matter of fact, in Michigan.
Michigan, right. So now the question is, who do we have next?
Good question.
I've already been turned down by one person.
Mm-hmm. I know who that person is.
But it's not for personal reasons. It's a contractual thing, I guess, which we really didn't look into with any of these folks.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's their decision to make. We understand.
Right. So you guys can shoot us a message to the I-95 Rock mobile app.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And let us know who you'd like to hear from next that you remember from the past.
Right. That's an awesome idea.
Now, Ethan, here's my big question, because I know who I want to have from my era. There's a lot of names that spring to mind right away.
Right.
But from your era, who would you most want to talk to on the air?
Most want to talk to? Uh-huh. I would really like to talk to Buzz Knight. But he's not. I don't think he's going to talk to us.
Pull it off. You can pull it off.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's now... What's a kind word? He's not on the air. He's in the business.
He's a suit
of radio, and I think he's a consultant for a fairly large company. And he was not that way when he worked here.
What was Buzz's show's name?
He started the Breakfast Flakes.
Okay.
With Tim Scott.
Okay.
And then he left, went back to afternoons, and Mark Devine came in to work as the Breakfast Flakes. They got sick of seeing Mercedes pull into the driveway while they were barely able to afford someplace to live, and they moved on. They ended up in Phoenix, Arizona.
Really?
Tim and Mark Devine. Tim retired from radio.
You can get Buzz. I think you can get him.
All right, I'll reach out to him. I mean, I'll try.
I've heard so much about him. It would be interesting to get him on. Now, this is going back a long time, right?
Yeah, this is he became the program director in the early 80s, like 81, 82, Buzz.
Okay.
I'd also like to get Tom Zarecki on.
I love Tom.
He was responsible for getting this station on the air back in 1976.
I love Tom. All right, cool. This is the beginning.
A long time ago.
Today was the beginning of the I-95 Alumni series, and we'll surprise you with who the second guest is.
Right, and if you, like we said, if you want to make a recommendation as to who you would like, do the I-95 Rock app thing and send us a message.
Absolutely.
All right.